Well, we've got a brand new edition of Bird Bites presented by American National. And our good friend, Evan Mendoza, Cardinals infielder, joining us from Florida. And Evan, before we start firing some hard hitting journalistic questions at you here in a sec, how are you doing? Is everything going well down there?
Yeah, everything's doing really well. It's pretty hot here in Florida. The summer heat of Florida reminds me of the Florida State League, but overall doing really well, staying on top of my baseball abilities and skills, so couldn't be happier.
That has been one of the things that it's been interesting. Obviously, we all wish we could be at ballparks and living life normally right now, but that we've been talking to guys about because it's been so long since any of you have been at home. Come July, but I forgot Florida State League. That's been years for you. You've been out of the Florida State League for a while, but I'm sure it brings back some tough memories of
Yeah,
that midsummer humidity down there.
it is hot. I mean, I grew up in Florida, so I'm used to the heat, but still, it kind of shocks me every single time I walk out and you start sweating.
Yeah, and don't stop, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Matt, you lived in Florida too. I haven't really been down there in the summer too much, but it's got an incredible ability. It's a little like Texas, some parts of Texas though. Like you go out, you sweat, you go inside, you have air conditioning, and somehow you're still sweating. Well, we've got some fun questions for you, so we'll jump right in here. First off, aside from Busch Stadium, of course, what is a big league ballpark that you've always dreamed of playing in?
I actually always dreamed of playing in the old Rangers ballpark in Arlington. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But that was one of the stadiums I really wanted to play in because I really like the movie The Rookie, and that's where he made his major league debut, Jim Morris. So that's a ballpark that I always wanted to make my either debut or just play in. I think that'd be a really cool story to watch that movie, which inspires me to chase my dreams and get to the big leagues and all that, shoot for the stars, all the quotes you can make about just trying your hardest and achieving what you can. So I thought that would be pretty cool, but fortunately that probably won't happen unless maybe they do like a retro game or something like that. I don't think did they destroy that ballpark? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Matt, do you know?
Yeah, they probably will.
Well, I mean, you talk about humidity. That's like the King Central of hottest ballparks to play in without a roof. So you'd be well conditioned for it.
Yeah. That was probably one of the ballparks that I always wanted to play in. I grew up an Orioles fan, so Camden Yards is another one. But I think the story with The Rookie in that movie would be pretty cool.
All right, so everyone's aware of the Florida man stories. Have you ever encountered like a Florida man situation in all your years down there?
Not like one individual. It comes down to just our family has a joke, the Florida drivers. They're not great. A lot of them are retirees who are going well below the speed limit, and then you have the younger 20-year-olds going 120 on the highway. So it's kind of hectic out there. Everyone's just, you have to be on edge in the road. So I think that describes Florida in itself, the driving.
It's true. You can almost argue that, like, while Florida driving is crazy, that Florida makes you, like, when you're young, a better driver.
Oh yeah, I feel like
you're driving on the highway, everything's coming at you.
Yeah. You have to be ready for it all. Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you've got, what did you say, an alligator crossed the road or something, and you
I wasn't driving, but I remember like taking a family trip. So I grew up in Clearwater, Tampa, over to Miami, and we're driving down. It's called Alligator Alley down there, and it's like 8-foot gators like just strolling across the highway. You have to stop and wait for them.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'll stay in Missouri. Thank you. But okay, what is your number one non-baseball skill or talent?
I don't really know. I feel like I'm a very like athletic person that likes to try a lot of things out. I guess maybe like playing racquetball or tennis. I think those are my like two favorite kind of like hidden talents. My brother and I used to warm up with like a best of 7 series of racquetball at LA Fitness when I grew up, when I was like 13. So we played racquetball literally nonstop every single day as a warm up for like 2 hours. And it's definitely a great workout, but I developed to I guess, good racquetball skills and awareness. And it actually translates to the baseball field, having first step quickness and just anticipation on where the ball is going to go. I think it's helped me out a good amount.
Well, can we add painting to that list? I mean, that thing on the wall behind you did that, right?
Yeah, I've been painting this quarantine with the help of seeing cool stuff on TikTok. Paintings like this one right here. It's like pendulum painting, but I've been trying other fun trends, I guess you can say, on TikTok, just as a fun little hobby with my host brothers that I'm living with, and trying to sell some of the artwork and as just a fun little hobby to occupy my time.
Here, before we go to the next one, can you move your head like 8 inches to the left or right so we can see it? Oh, nice. That's cool, man. That's very cool.
The time-consuming ones, we probably did a good 12 different throws on that canvas and used a bunch of different colors. So if you look deep into it, you can kind of see all the different colors and stuff like that.
Awesome. So in the shameless plug department, since you're joining us and taking time out of your day, if anybody out there watching wants a piece of Evan Mendoza original art, how can they get in touch with you?
So I actually created a Shopify store, and I think the easiest way to access that is through the link in my Instagram bio. You'll click that link, and then on one of those links, it'll say artwork for sale, and then it'll direct you to my artwork store. And I have a bunch of other things on there. Some of them are prints, so it's not the original copy of my canvas, but it's a lot discounted rate. That way, it can be available for a lot of people.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right, so what's something that you've always wanted to do that you haven't gotten to do yet?
Probably go skydiving. I feel like that's something that would be a lot of fun. It's definitely pretty thrilling and a little scary, but I think that would be like riding a roller coaster. After you do it, it's a lot of fun and gives you that kind of energetic burst in your day and maybe your year or maybe the decade, just to tell yourself that you do something that's really kind of scary.
It's been a popular answer to that question.
It has been.
Yeah, I've definitely always wanted to. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Oh, well, good luck if you ever do. As we told, I think it was Ronnie last week. I think he answered the same. Matt and I will be waiting for you on the ground. We'll have a cold drink for you. But what's your best memory from Little League baseball?
Little League was probably my first game ever. I don't remember it totally, but my parents, the story goes that I was the pitcher in T-ball, and it was my first ever game, and I kind of just stuck my glove up after the kid hit it off the tee. Had no idea where the ball was going. I think I closed my eyes, and supposedly the story goes I caught that ball, and just had no really awareness of what I was doing. But that's probably my favorite story because it felt like ever since that day I've just been in love with the game, and I've been working hard to kind of get where I'm at.
Normally when a ball was hitting me and I closed my eyes, it didn't go that well.
Yeah.
So that's why you're where you are and I'm where I am.
All right, if you had to be quarantined with a teammate, who would you choose?
Probably Anthony Hsu, because he just kind of minds his own business. He's not a super outgoing guy where he's going to be wanting to do this or doing that all the time. I don't know. He just seems like it would be a cool kind of roommate to be around and just quarantined with.
So what is PG? What is the best prank that you've played on somebody?
That I've played on someone?
Or that somebody played on you?
Well, I thought it was actually kind of fun this spring training in big league camp. Throughout the off season, I usually love to listen to Hispanic music and just learn the lyrics and translate it because I don't really speak fluent Spanish. So a lot of the Hispanic guys know that. And since I've been practicing a lot, there was just a couple of days where I built up the confidence to try my best to speak Spanish. And I think I kind of surprised a lot of the Hispanic guys with my accent and didn't completely sound like a white American guy. So they kind of got a little scared that I could hear everything, and I was kind of joking around with them, saying like, I understand it all, like I know what you guys are saying, even though not completely all of it I knew what they were saying. But that was a fun little prank that I did this past spring.
All right, who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Athlete, probably Cal Ripken. To see what he did and play in as many games as he did, and not really complain or do anything like that. Like he just went to work every single day. I think that was pretty cool that he was able to achieve that feat of basically 20 years in a row without missing a game. I think that's just mind blowing. So he was definitely a guy that I looked up to with his work ethic and consistency.
Is he why you were an Orioles fan?
No, so I was actually born in Baltimore. So my family were all Oriole and Ravens fans, and that was just my team. That was the first ballpark I went to. Was Camden Yards as like a 4-year-old. So I've always been an Orioles fan, really.
Well, if you could pick only one, would you rather be a Hall of Famer or a World Series champion?
I think a Hall of Famer, because I think that truly leaves your mark on history. Being a World Series champ is obviously really cool because it's the team aspect of everything. But the reason why a lot of guys play the game is to leave their mark. And I think to be a Hall of Famer is an exclusive group of individuals. There's not a ton of players in the Hall. So to be in the Hall of Fame, I think is exactly what I want to do in the game, is to leave my mark.
Is there like a number of World Series that could change that? Like if you got to like 4 World Series,
I feel like
a Hall of Famer.
I feel like maybe like 4 or 5. I feel like that's a fair number, because that's when you start thinking about like, what if you're a Hall of Famer with 0 rings, or you're not a Hall of Famer with 5. I think, I don't know, having a ring would be pretty special. But being in the Hall is also really, really special. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
You know, and I feel like it's one of the, I think, kind of unique things about baseball. Not to say that, you know, people obviously have favorite football players and basketball players, but baseball seems to have that like generational impact. You know, you growing up watching Cal Ripken and having him impact you. I know, you know, Matt and I are both from the Northeast originally, and Derek Jeter was like the guy that we grew up idolizing. And I think everybody has that one, or maybe it's a couple players, but that just really impacted their love of this game, you know, across generations. So yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up with what's the favorite moment of your professional career so far?
Besides getting drafted, which was a completely special day, is probably right after I got drafted when I was with State College. I was on a tear for 2 weeks straight where I won Player of the Week two weeks in a row. And I was hitting like 500 throughout those 2 weeks. Like, it just felt like everything was clicking. I was having the time of my life. I just turned 21 with my new teammates. I was just having a great time. I loved my host family. I felt very professional being a part of a great organization like the Cardinals. So that was probably my favorite time, because I felt like a kid just playing a game. I didn't feel like I was thinking about any of the extra stuff that comes along with playing baseball. It was just going out there and having fun.
Do you have a draft story where you're with your family when you found out?
Yeah. I was in Sarasota with my family, and basically I was on the phone all morning right before day 3 started, and I had probably like a good 10 different teams contact me. So I felt pretty certain that I was going to get selected pretty early in that day 3, and I was definitely happy that the Cardinals were the team that selected me.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah.
Well, Evan, thanks so much, man. We appreciate it. You survived bird bites, so congratulations. But thanks for sharing everything with us. Thanks for sharing your art too. Very cool. Yeah, it's awesome to see what you've been up to these past couple months. So we appreciate it. Hopefully we can get you back on a baseball field somewhere soon.
I know, me too. I'm excited for it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Evan.
Thanks, man.